All right.
You got a water? You don't have any more water?
You can take mine. Go ahead.
No.
No, it's fine.
No,
It's
that's
fine.
okay, no.
No, no. It's okay.
I saw that introduction what you did to him. I'm on the same team.
I think we're on.
I know. All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the North Attleboro Board of Health meeting for May 28th, 2024. You join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. And we'll take our appearances first. Our first one we'll hold off on. Gary Danza, if you will come to the podium, state your name and the reason that you're here for the public record.
My name is Gary Dantzler, and I'm here for American Soul Food, and I'm just trying to get all my licenses in order and run a productive business.
So this is a food service permit. Where is this going to, this is going to be in the mall?
At the mall, yeah.
Whereabouts?
The Emerald Square Mall on the first floor, the old Bertucci's building.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it used to be
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I just noticed 100 seats, so
Yeah,
there weren't too many places it could go.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, a total.
And I see we have multiple serve-safe certificates. General awareness. Okay. So this is going to be contingent on final inspection?
Yes, yes.
Right,
And
yeah.
I mean, Mr. Chairman, one of the things with the floor plan, it gives a general idea, but it doesn't say specifically. If there's been changes to, like if you're getting, a fryer later, if you're doing smoking, because that was a question.
Smoking in the building?
Sorry, a smoker.
Oh, smoker, no.
A meat smoker?
No, we got,
Okay.
Yeah, so-
And that will be fine,
Yeah.
as long as, everything, I know that he had a conversation with you on
Right.
that. So
Okay.
there should be no issues, the equipment was
Everything-
fine, the location was fine. He just has to do a final, like a pre-inspection.
Sure.
And then once the food is in place, depending on when you're planning
Yeah.
to open.
yeah. Let me just say that everything stays the same, it's the same. Like the oven, nothing's changed with the smokers. It's already been in there with Bertucci's. We just,
They have a smoker, though. I don't
They
right,
don't.
no, it's not a
They don't.
smoker, but it's not a smoker, it's a oven.
A brick oven, yeah.
Brick
They had a
oven.
brick oven.
Right, so, with that being said, I'm in a laughing mood, but, yeah, so we want to leave everything the way it is.
Sure.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that makes it easier all the way around.
Yeah, well, that was the idea. We didn't want to change anything, so when the town looks at it, they go like, oh, still the same model. And we liberate on just artwork around when you see it, a lot of artwork.
Okay,
Upgrade, all the new parts I put in, so we up to a lot of money, so.
Yeah. Oh,
But I'm
sure.
happy, yeah. We're gonna have some good Jamaican food and
Soul food.
barbecued, and, we're gonna have a lot of Haitian food and, yeah.
Soul food fusion.
Yeah, it's a fusion, yeah.
on the menu.
So
That's
I'm Jamaican and Panamanian, so we work with all,
okay.
everybody, so,
Nice.
all food. We got, in fact, I got a chef from Ireland that's coming down, so, from real Ireland. He's laughing. No, we got.
We embrace everything.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I
We-
just
we-
find it amusing, that's all.
Jonathan, we embrace every culture.
Good.
Yeah,
No,
that's me, anyway,
really
that's
cool.
me because
Yeah.
the background, inclusion,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
we work on immigration, we work with policy, so I know, as an activist that almost 20 years of being an activist and raising a bar in the community, I know what we can bring to the community, so, yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
I'm assuming, obviously, if we're at this point, all the paperwork is squared away, there's
Yeah, I
no
mean,
issues.
No, what's really nice, we have the multiple serve
Right, no, I
states
did notice that.
and, Yep, allergen and the CPR there.
Yeah.
We have, it's just a brief description of a menu. We'll just make sure Brian will work to ensure, I'm sure you know
Yeah.
about putting allergen.
Right, so that's going to be up. We had it on there anyway, but we took it down. But the great part is that we don't use no peanut products. Any allergens, we just don't use them.
Right?
But we have the blurb that we've got to put on the
Post.
top.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's it.
And we got it on the wall too, that we
right.
make sure that we
Yep.
specifically don't
And you
use.
serve as request, to ask if
Absolutely.
anybody has an
I
allergy.
mean,
please
state
let us
required
know.
that we do implement that.
Right.
Excellent.
Let's see, so the only real things you're gonna have to do from our end, once we're done here tonight, is you need to get together with Brian.
Yeah.
And schedule him to do a pre-op and a final.
Because they came out today, the firemen.
Oh.
The fire department
Oh,
came out.
okay, so,
Yeah.
right, so, yeah, I mean, once you're ready
Just
to,
said, yeah, they went through the whole inspection, so the fire department said that, the lights, which is the ball was taken care. It was 3 different things, but one was the fire extinguishers, and it was the knot wall, where the switch needs to be replaced with a lock.
yeah.
But,
Yeah, but as far as we're concerned, he needs to do, like, when you're ready to stop bringing in food,
yeah,
he needs to go and inspect.
Gotcha.
And then, once you're loaded up and ready to open, he needs to walk through one more time.
you got it.
Right, so
Okay.
checking the
Yep.
temperatures of the
Yep.
freezers.
Yeah.
All that good stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's why we hire him, because I don't remember all that stuff.
Do you know when you're planning to open?
June 8th, we got an idea a few weeks from now.
Good.
And we also doing, if you guys are not doing nothing, we like to have inclusion. I'm always including everybody, but we having a concert, a gospel concert at the Amica building with Yolanda Adams and,
Wow, I'll be there.
yeah. Yeah.
Shirley Temple. That's all.
June 8th, the same day, because they all come into the restaurant.
Oh, great.
Yeah. And we want to invite you guys, and we're going to send invitations to you guys.
We
and,
coming.
Oh, we'd like that, yeah.
Daniel, yeah, congratulations. You guys are going to like the barbecue. You're going to like it, though.
And hardly wait,
And we got yeah, Dan got a baby, yep.
yeah?
Okay, then, if nobody else has any questions, I will entertain a motion.
I move that we grant a food service permit to Gary Dancer of American Soul Food located at 999 South Washington Street, contingent upon final inspection by the health agent, valid through December 31st, 2024.
Second.
Made and seconded, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Nobody opposed? Congratulations, and the very best of luck.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
June 8th.
Appreciate you guys.
Welcome.
And I want you guys to come in if, and
Yeah.
just do the little inspection. We call it the Elvis inspection. We got them on the wall too. And we got dishes after some of those guys. And we got the JFK sandwich, and we got the Bill Clinton. The Bill Clinton steak is amazing. You're gonna like it.
Okay.
All right.
All right, great, thank you very much.
Thank you guys.
Thank you so
All right,
much.
good night, folks.
Good luck.
Have a good
You
one.
have your lunch meetings and stuff?
Okay.
We'll call you guys. All
You're gonna like it.
All right.
right, thank you so
Again,
much. Good
thank
luck.
you very much.
Thank you so much for
Sure
giving
thing.
us an opportunity.
Yeah.
We won't let the town down.
We're
And,
excited.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure. Make the town look good.
Absolutely.
Good night.
Bye.
All right, good night, folks. All right, okay, we'll put Ms. Pierce on hold,
Yep.
see what happens. Let's see, there are no reports. Complaint log. Is there anything new and exciting, or is it just basic routine stuff?
It is basically.
Oh, it's getting big. It's up to 4 pages. What's going on?
I know, right, probably rats. Sure, he put a lot of notes in there. But, there was one for the library, that the library smells like mold and mildew. And interestingly, I actually was in the library myself on Saturday on the main level, and I actually went down to the basement. Had my granddaughter with me, so we needed to use the facilities. And while there's evidence of work being done, I truly didn't notice an odor of mold and mildew. But, Brian will go out. He was doing a lot of inspections, restaurant inspections today, so I'll check in with him on that if he had a chance, so. Number 2437 needs some action on, and just that we haven't, so Brian did not see any, there was a rat complaint, did not see any rats at that time, but we're trying to connect with the facilities manager just to ensure that they have a plan, and looks like they were going to, look for a larger dumpster, so.
Okay.
Brian and I talked about that just today, so. And not on here because they're rat sightings, but we have had a large number of, calls for rat sightings. A number have been from Councilman Gould has sent those in, but so we're making sure we're documenting the sightings. We're not necessarily finding them, and we don't follow up on rat sightings, but any complaints or anything on someone's property, we certainly are. You can see complaint 2428 through 2431 are all really related to one complaint. But they're separate
Yes.
addresses that
Right.
he has reached out to.
Yep.
And 2427 probably will be closed just to, after he speaks with the neighbor landlord, so.
Okay. Anybody have any questions for Anne Marie? No? All right. We have nobody here to make a comment. Except for us, we make enough of those. Meeting minutes. Okay, I don't see any issues.
Looks good to me.
Okay, if nobody has any issues, I'll accept the motion.
Motion to approve the meeting minutes from May 14th, 2024.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded, all in favor? Aye. Opposed, hearing none, motion carries. I would like to read into the record the department payroll and budget expenditures. I'd like to read in the record the following health department payrolls for pay week ending 5/11/2024, totaling $13,583.24, that were signed by the department head on behalf of the board. I'd also like to read into the record the following health department expenditures. $34,874.77 signed on 5/23/2024 by the department head on behalf of the board. Of that number, $33,749.77 were the public health excellence grant administration fee. So again, that is money that is granted to the coalition, and we are the, what is the term I'm looking for?
Fiscal agent.
We are the fiscal agent, so that money has to go through our budget, but it comes in and goes out, and
And we don't touch it.
we don't, right.
Other than sign for it.
Right, we just signed for it, so it's not,
We do all
it's
the work.
not town budget money that is being spent.
Yes.
All right, June meeting dates.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, and I apologize because I may have been mistaken because I was thinking that two of the members weren't going to be around for some of the June meeting dates, but, so, I'm bringing this up now, so just so we can check if there's any, if we find ourselves with no board members or only one board member for a meeting, we'd want to address that. So if anybody has
So-
any meetings they have conflict.
So that would be the 11th and/or the 25th,
No,
correct?
The 25th. For me, it's the 25th.
Okay.
So you won't
So
be here
I
on the
won't be on the
25th?
25th, but I
Okay,
will be on the 11th.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I, like I said.
Would be there.
I will be
And I would be
here.
there, so yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it'd be okay.
It's
Yeah.
gonna, I'm taking,
Yeah, he's going to Florida with me.
I will be taking 2 meetings off. I am going to Michigan and Virginia between August and September. I have 2 weddings to go to, so,
Wow. Okay.
but we will cross that bridge when we get to it.
As we get closer, okay. So we have no issue with June?
So, no, I think we'll be fine. All
So
right?
scratch that one off.
You're going to be here for June, right?
Yes.
11th of June.
We'll be all set.
Only me.
Okay.
Okay, new business, I don't see, does anybody have any new business to bring up? Okay. Old business, draft 2 of the bodywork practitioner license.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I just put that in there if there was any further discussion on it or any comments on it. I know Ms. Baker has, new to the board and may not have had a chance to look through there. It is pretty much ready to go. What we just have is discussion about effective date and when we may. I have not had an opportunity to speak with the police chief, as far as their assistance with this and enforcement and things like that. So
Okay.
I don't know if you have a particular time you'd like to see, perhaps it being brought up for signature, and I'll ensure that I have a discussion and information for you.
Well, from my point of view, I would prefer to at least have the chief's input on enforcement
Absolutely.
before we pull the trigger on this.
Absolutely.
I think once we do, I think we're going to have to allow probably 60 days for people to get the
compliance.
Corey checks and the other things that are going to be required.
Mm-hmm.
I think anything less than that might be difficult. I mean, it takes a while for some of this stuff to happen, so.
Like birth certificates and
Yeah.
things like
So,
that. There might be some time needed for that. So would you want me to try to have everything ready by the first meeting in July? Do you think
I was,
that's
that's what I was shooting for. I was
Okay.
thinking, yeah, if we do the first meeting in July, then,
okay, yes. PD chief, okay. This meeting, July. And that would be July 9th. Okay.
and just as a note, if you do manage to set up another meeting with Chief McQuaid, if you could just drop me an email.
Absolutely.
Let me know time and place, and I will, if I can make it, I will make myself available just so that
Absolutely. Excellent.
I can keep an eye on things.
Sounds good.
All right?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, substance use and harm reduction update. I believe that would be your bailiwick.
Yes, it would. Anne Marie, anything you'd like to add before?
Well, I just first like to say that it was after a meeting with the town manager when we were discussing the itinerary, and he made mention at that time that was Dan planning to go to the meeting, and I was sure that he was, and that he said good, because he'd like him to give the report for North Attleboro, for what North Attleboro is doing at this time, as he's been very involved in that.
After I was
So,
led to believe that Mr. Borg would be the one giving.
Yeah.
and Mr. Borg will be doing introductions and closing remarks,
Right.
but he would like to have, and it will be like a summation of.
See what happens when you
Yeah,
jump right in there?
You can do it, Dan.
I
You have
does
faith
not,
in you.
I mean, the fact is that if anybody in this room, right now, you have the most knowledge about any of this stuff. I have a feeling that may be true for a much wider group of people. So yeah, while I'd be up there going, you will, well, because that's what had happened to me. Believe me. So,
So, yeah, there's a meeting tomorrow afternoon, and the town manager got together, I think people from Manic Community Health Center in Attleboro, leadership from the city of Attleboro, Taunton, Plainville, Mansfield, Fuller Hospital,
wow,
Study.
Sturdy, Congressman Auchincloss.
yeah,
and
okay.
And I think also Representative Adam
Adam,
Scanlon,
yeah.
and
What time is this meeting?
1:30 to 4:30?
yes, it was originally 1:30 to 4:30. Now it might, I
1:30
have
to
to double
4.
check. Yeah, it might be 1 to 4:30.
In June?
Tomorrow. Yes, it's, yes.
And where was that?
They'll be at the Public Works
At
meeting
the
room, right?
Water Department?
Conference, the
Yeah,
Water Department
okay.
on Whiting Street.
Yep.
It's on
Oh,
Whiting
down
Street.
here?
Mhm. Yep, right across from Coffee Connection. Usually people
You go down
know.
that street?
Right down by
Heading
the
towards-
Early Learning Center?
Yeah, past that.
Yeah,
But
well,
yes.
by the water.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. It is actually adjacent to them. They have a public meeting room that,
And we've had a few meetings there, right?
Yes,
That's
we
the
have.
same location?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh,
yes, it is. They were hoping to have it in the EOC, but they've had HVAC issues, so they were not able to, because that is a good setup with the,
Yeah.
stadium-type seating.
Yep.
And this is more on the floor, but, so it should be good.
All right.
So everybody that's in attendance, I think everyone's going to give a brief summary of what they've been doing in their municipalities or haven't been doing, or
Right.
challenges, successes, and hope to kind of come together with some new ideas or collaborations or
Right.
something we can do with all that opioid money.
And it all started with Dan. Yay.
That's a
So,
great thing.
Definitely
That's a great
for
thing.
that,
Thank you.
yes. Are you planning to have a PowerPoint, a few slides?
Yes.
Okay, so you'll send those to Taylor?
Yes, I was going to try and send to them tonight.
I know, okay. Yeah. Yeah, so it just, and, as Mr. Borg said, really, Dan has been the one who really initiated this. It
Right.
started with his proposal for a pilot. And, with the involvement with the fire department, Mike Borg was very much on board. As a matter of fact, he laid down that challenge, give me more than just that. And of course, Mr. McMahon, Dan certainly rose to that challenge and, brought a number of proposals. And then that really led to that regional idea because as it will come out in that meeting, the town manager said, okay, this is great. We were looking at things like, Narcan distributions and all these other things, but most of those were kind of reactive, post-overdose, which is, really good.
Right, but
But he wanted to know, but what about prior? What about prevention? He's not seeing a lot of that and wondered, what are other communities doing? And that's what, the town manager is not one to let the grass grow under his feet. And he's like, okay, let's set this up. Really, it's like 2 weeks.
I was going to say, yeah, it really hasn't been long, so it's,
Just like 2 weeks, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wasn't
That's-
kidding.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
He's fast.
Well,
That's good.
that's not a bad thing, though, in this, especially in this case, it's not a bad
It's about
thing.
life, yeah.
Yes.
That's good.
My one concern, and it's not that much of a concern, it's just that, it would be relatively easy to keep it small and be able to, start small. And in this case, we're kind of jumping in a bigger pool to start with, but that may not be a bad thing. Hopefully, we can get if we can get buy-in from people around,
Correct.
communities around, then it'll make it better in the long run anyway. So,
Some of the community groups that are already doing some initiatives, Safe Coalition, I don't know, they were invited, but it was very short-term. So, they're doing like already youth initiatives.
yeah,
So there might be a way to use that and to be able to enable them to provide something like that in more communities.
Right.
If there's additional funding that would support that. I'm sure Sturdy Health has programs, and we know Fuller certainly has programs, and there's another community that the congressman had invited that believe they look at high incidences, and I apologize, I don't know the name of it, but
no,
we'll hear it tomorrow, so I'll
Right.
probably be able to come back to that for you, so.
Excellent.
But, yeah.
all right,
All right, that sounds great.
okay. And that leads us to the director's report.
Of which there is not a lot, you'll be glad to hear. I just had.
Says that every
I
time.
have just two things I just wanted to make you aware of. I have copies here of an email that came out, and it has a webpage. Yeah, it's not in your packet, I didn't get that far. So this is a new website that, it's called Health at Home. And it has a lot of links. It's resources for landlords, tenants. It has information for them about lead abatements, asbestos. There's a lot of practical information, so that also like noise. Who do you call for what? They tend to call us for everything related to noise, but it's not all ours. So it, did talk about some, if it's wildlife, contact, the Department of Environmental for certain things, So it was very helpful. So you just have to go into, mass.gov, type in help at home, it'll bring you to the landing page. And I can certainly send you the email so you can click on the link, but I took a look at it and it looks like it's going to be very useful. So that's one thing. The second thing is just an awareness for you. I had received last week a fish consumption advisory. And so the state had done PFAS testing in fish. So they actually tested the fish in Falls Pond, and they have come up with an advisory. This is just the bright colored poster that they sent along with it, nice and red. So what we did is we laminated that, and I have pictures here to show you. We have posted them right at Falls Pond on both sides of the reservoir. I'm just going to send that. And also at the beaches. Now, it is possible or probable with whitings and really the 10 Mile River, but they didn't test in those areas. I do know that there's mercury in the fish at Whiting's Pond, so I am going to redo this advisory to reflect just the mercury, and we'll post that at Whiting's Pond.
Can I make a suggestion, one more place that we probably should post?
Yes, absolutely.
If, down at the end of Wild Acre Road,
Oh, okay.
there's a fishing area down there, a lot of people go down there.
Okay,
I think it would just be one more good place to post it.
yes, no, and that's,
And that's public access there, so.
correct.
So I'm assuming that one of those other locations would be Meadows Road. Is there, so you posted on both sides of the pond at the causeway.
But I should do at Meadows also.
But Meadows is a boat ramp where
Yeah.
they put in to fish, so,
Right, Meadows.
so maybe those.
Wild Acres.
And Wild Acre. Maybe those would be helpful.
As you can tell, I'm not fishing.
Well, it's funny,
I
I mean,
appreciate that.
I'm not either, but I know for a fact that my nephew goes over there to fish.
Well, that's very important, so
and I
I can
know
make
that-
more copies.
I know that most of the people that use the Meadows ramp are fishermen, so.
And catch and release, of course, there's no issue. And you
Right.
can eat the fish. It's just, recommended that you don't have more than one meal of it every 2 months. So just I know,
Wow, yeah.
But, interestingly, when I was speaking with the DPW director and figuratively speaking, I guess you could say. We always say speak to, but it was by email. And just to get some awareness, because sometimes they make signs, so I was going to check, but he could make signs, but they wouldn't be as nice and bright colored. So the red really catches your
Yeah.
eye. And so he said, very interestingly, the influent into the wastewater treatment plant is very high in PFAS, higher than, of course, what goes out, because what they do, but, they're ensuring that the water levels are really low, but what's coming in from everywhere from the sewer is high. Because people are getting PFAS everywhere. It's not just from the water. They
Right,
drink
right.
bottled water, and bottled water, they're finding, some have issues, and so it's, and these are very small, minute amounts, but still it's important, so.
While we were on the subject of PFAS,
Yes.
have you had any update on the
The wells?
the well conversions?
So we have the McKesson well. They're working on the second one and hope to have that completed by the end of the summer.
Okay.
And then there'll be a third one, the Adamsdale maybe.
Okay.
that they'll deal with. I mean, we started with all this initially, with the fluoride.
With the
in
fluoride,
water.
yeah.
And so
Yeah.
the good thing was because that action was started and it required an expansion, that he was already ahead of the curve when, the state came down and said that all the wells, need to be able to get the water to, that certain limit. So we are one step ahead of all our surrounding communities, so
Yeah.
that's a good thing.
Okay.
That's all I have. I mean, I could go on. That's all I have. I won't go on.
Are you sure?
I am positive. I am positive. At this time.
At this time?
This time. No, you're right. There was one more. So Heather in the office, she is on vacation this week. So she has put out an office notification on her, on
Okay.
her email. So if people are out there and wondering why they're not getting a response, this is part of it. So
Okay.
she is
fine.
an integral, part of the office and really
Yeah, yeah.
helps ensure. So we might have a little hiccup here and there, but
Yeah,
we'll do
we'll
our
be-
best. Yeah,
It's okay.
Okay.
We'll
Exactly.
survive the week.
that's right.
Right. It's only a week.
Yes.
Thank God. Okay.
That's what I say.
Anybody have anything to add? No?
Questions
I will accept the motion.
Motion to adjourn.
at 6:38?
Motion made and seconded. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Now, if we all said aye, then nobody can say no, so we are adjourned.